All right, so we are back with round 2 of the tournament here. We are going to be featuring Crobat Gorebyss versus Xploud. Once again, Crobat Gorebyss gets that Dunsparce opening. They did not hit the energy, but 2 games in a row to get that Dunsparce opening is very fortunate for him. Looks like we're waiting on the opponent here. Got to check that bracket. Give the opponent a little bit of time here. Hopefully they don't time out. That'd be a very, wouldn't be a great game and wouldn't be a great video to watch either. All right, so it looks like we are playing against Shiftry. I'm not a huge fan of the surprise attack C-Dot. I think you're better off just to play the tackle C-Dot, but if he does open with that grass, that 30 damage could be big for him. We'll just have to see how it pans out. Does he... and he gets fortunate too. The opponent's going to start here. Pretty bad hand though. No supporters. Really nothing going for him. If he was able, he really needs to. Gorebyss really needs to top an energy and then maybe a Stevens or something after that, or top a Stevens into energy. So a couple of different things, but right now this hand is just awful. But when you think about it, though, when you're talking about odds in this game, his number of good top decks in this situation is still like 20-some cards when you factor in supporters, energy, etc. So he essentially has a 1 in, probably 1 in 2.5 of hitting something. He does end up getting the topping the energy, which is awesome. He's playing the Master Ball. This is okay. I think you can also make an argument here that he should have striked and run first, just to thin the deck a little bit and slightly increase his odds of hitting something he wants to. The sudden flash makes no sense to me. I'm super confused. I'm not sure what the sudden flash was for. Oh, I'm sorry, he did. Okay, so the opponent rare candied Nuzleafed and then used upper hand to disable strike and run. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That makes considerably more sense. Alright. Gorebyss had me worried there for a second. Goes ahead, Copycat's really small hand. If he has a Shiftry here, that might just be game. Be really awkward for him. Incredibly awkward for him. But it's kind of, one of the things that I talked about when I did the Shiftry video was how situationally upper hand can be quite good. And ironically, it's definitely coming in handy for him right here. That was a very heads-up play by the Shiftry player to do that turn 1 rare candy into an upper hand. We'll have to see if it pays off in the long run to burn one of his candies like that. But yeah, that was a very strong heads-up play. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has anything else really going for him. Yeah, so we're probably going to see a Copycat. Yep, I'd love to see a retreat here into the Dunsparce. And I think you can make a solid argument for either a Flutter Trick or a Triple Poison. I think either is a solid argument here. He goes with a safer Triple Poison, basically telling Nuzleaf, you got to retreat or evolve here. You don't have a choice. And I think the plus side of this play is if he did have the Shiftry and you triple poison the Shiftry, then you're forcing the Shiftry to retreat, or if you Flutter Wings and then triple poison. No, the math works out the same for that either way. So I can see an argument to make either play. Obviously, if you knew you were going to get heads on Flutter Wing, that would be a far superior attack, but triple poison was probably safer. He Stevens here for 2. Nothing great. And ironically enough, if he had the Stevens advice before, he would have been better off just letting the opponent strike and run and then get that large Stevens off. I honestly feel like as the Shiftry player, you are probably... If you both set up evenly, I feel like Shiftry comes out ahead in this matchup. Attaches a Warp Energy. All right, so he's gonna get some real value out of the Warp Energy, and I think, which is kind of ironic because I usually don't get that much value. It's hard to get value out of Warp Energy in a lot of decks other than like Blaziken or something like that, where you want to send something back to the bench and you're able to kind of manipulate your energies. But that was a great Warp Energy from him. Goes ahead, plays the Copycat for turn. I do like that over the Shaman. Give yourself that extra card, especially when you're going to be aggressive like this. Does hit some supporters, which is nice. This is going to be awkward, though, if he can match hand sizes, which shouldn't be too hard. He's got to have one card in that hand he can play down. You know, ironically, it almost would have been better if he would have had a double rainbow or something on there. Ooh, and I don't like this play at all. I do not. So, all right, so you can do this a couple of different ways, but I don't think it's correct to take the full 4 there. I really don't. I think you want I don't think you take the full 4. I don't know. I can see this. There's a couple of different ways to see this, but if your opponent matches the hand size, you're in a lot of trouble. I honestly think you make an argument. Taking 0 just feels wrong, but you can make a strong argument to do that. Just giving your opponent the automatic copy feels, I don't know. This is a tough one. I don't know how I would have played this. I really don't, because, yeah, giving your opponent the automatic KO seems really bad. If you take 3, they can probably drop something. It doesn't make a ton of sense. Whoa. What was that? Okay. Yeah, pretty big misplay by the Shiftry player there. Yeah, I think, yeah, you can make some arguments there. I think you either take 4 or 0 in that situation. You can make an argument to take like 1 or maybe take like 2. But yeah, I think that's a tough boat, or a tough situation to be in. I don't know. I'd really have to think about that, think about the numbers to know what I would do there. Basketball for the Gorebyss, yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to do it here. He's got the double rainbow. $20, $30, $40, $50, $40. Ironically, I think he would have been 10 shy without it. Yeah, unfortunate. That's not how you want to see those games play out, but yeah, unfortunately, that's how they go sometimes. So we'll go ahead and get into the next round.